No, we cannot hear you. Since I'm listening to you on stream.
Emergency community meeting. Hold up.
Yeah, I don't hear you, and I don't have your stream open.
No one's. Hello?
There you go.
Okay, guys. I think what I want to do here first is start with the facts. Our server went down today, just before 1 p.m. Central Time, our normal restart. And it has been down ever since. The facts of the matter are that our server provider gave notice at around an hour or two after this point, in which they said that, number one,
Hold on.
that they were moving data centers and had disagreements of some sort with their provider, with their data center provider, and that they were migrating all of our boxes, everything. Our provider is Tempest, which is owned or is a subsidiary of Path. These are just the facts, okay? So those are the facts. So all day, we have been basically hearing all sorts of rumors and conjecture that started around, I'd say, 3 or 4 p.m. Central after everything started, over the status of
A lot of servers are down?
of Path or Tempest or both. Then after that point, I had made a statement that our provider was Path or Tempest. We had had an extreme amount of issues with them. Yeah, a bunch of issues with them with Red M that people will remember, but we never had any major issues with 5M to that point. So we started to then get from other server owners and former staff of Tempest and Path that started to say things to us that implied some sort of degradation in the business, right? And a lot of things that were implying that there were a little more than disagreements. There was missed payments or whatnot. These were all the things we were told. I can't say that these things are true or not because I don't know. What I know is that we have a lot of people coming to us and telling us a lot of different stories, and a lot of them are saying the same things. Who knows? To be fair, what the truth is. I think the reality of the situation, however, is that we were being told that there was a chance that we could get things
No, they're
back,
not shutting shit down.
at some point, but throughout the night, and as we talked to more people that were more connected with the situation, we realized that we would not be able to recover our box, which meant that we were waiting for this to
I'm pretty sure they're still in a
wrap
server
itself
wipe,
out.
which
But based on the things we were hearing earlier in the day,
maybe
we
a
were
good
looking
thing.
at
I
other
think they have an
options.
update ready.
And a lot of people, I want to say, have been really helpful. Other server owners, people who own server hosting companies,
It may be a good
they've
thing.
all reached out to try and
If he
help
says
us,
the update's
and
ready,
I'm super proud of the 5M
then
community,
honestly, it's
because
good
you hear so
timing.
many horror stories about the way people treat each other, praying for each other's downfall and stuff. But honest to God, we had so many people reaching out to help. Like it was overwhelming. It was cool to see, actually, that people actually give a shit, and didn't want to see Prodigy like fall, because of something stupid that was outside of our control. The reality is, guys, and I don't want to sugarcoat this at all, is that our data for like the server, in terms of like your data for this wipe, right now it's gone. As far as we're concerned, there's 70 to 80% chance that is gone.
Okay.
And if we are able to recover it, it could be days.
But they still have all the
It could
server
be a
shit.
week. I don't know. And that's the most honest answer I can give you. I don't know. The truth is, we got done dirty, very dirty here with this. And I can't speak for the honesty of how the communication happened or whatnot. All I can tell you is that the experience that we've had today was extremely unprofessional. Just based on the messaging that went out, the lack thereof, and just the accountability and honesty. Staff members reaching out to us and saying the things they did. I mean, like, on those things alone, all I can tell you is from a consumer perspective is that it was bad. It was unprofessional. It was not okay. So regardless of if the things we heard were true or if people were just engaging in conjecture and rumor mongering, the experience we had was not very good. And it's still not good because we're still without answers. You can't even log into their website. There's something seriously wrong. This does not happen. So this sucks, to be honest. However,
Sit up.
when you think about it, maybe this is a blessing in disguise. Because stuff started to go to shit in November and December, and we started working right now on making systems that were RP centric, that were pushing the vision that we wanted to have as a server. And in a way, maybe this is actually good. Maybe this is actually a good thing. Maybe this is a thing where with these changes we've made and we have in the pipe to push,
There you go.
this might be the best thing for us. Honestly, this might be a good thing. We have a bunch of houses ready to push to fill up the rest of Vespucci. We just hired on new interior guys to do the rest of the stuff in Chumash. We have a large portion of Sandy ready to go for housing. We have a new heist we're ready to push today, actually, which is kind of funny. We had a brand new heist ready to go today. We have ATC that was well underway. We had all the business changes done. We had cocaine well under the way. Like, we had a lot of really good systems. And to be honest, this allows us to just hit the reset button and actually put the focus on roleplay. It allows me and the devs
Honestly,
to take
yeah.
next.
The first you could, I mean, it was a good test
Tiny
run.
bit.
And now they tweaked it, added
And
more
fix this
updates,
shit.
and shit, maybe fucking.
And get it right and get
No,
it
no,
more
the
RP
elections
centric
I think
than it was.
stay. I think,
And so we can focus,
which
on
actually is good because the
roleplaying
new
on server.
mayor and the council,
instead of
those
whatever the
people all
hell
stay.
else
I think
is
it's
going
more
on.
so like inventory wipe.
So in a way, at first, I felt despair. And then as I thought down and I started thinking about it, this is actually probably the best thing. To be honest, this is the best thing that could happen. Honestly, in a way, in a way, this is great because we can sit the fucking reset and that we can give people who see that we're shifting to being better with roleplay and trying to push that and pushing that heavier, that maybe they come and give us a shot. Because it's not so late into a wipe. And that's the good pieces. Do I admit that it sucks for people who like grind it up and, you know, were establishing themselves? Yeah, I do. What I will do is I'll tell you the things that we're gonna do and make sure that are
Okay.
hitting from the top. Is number one, Kane Anderson is fucking Mir. Number one. We have a council. Number one. We're not gonna revert that stuff. We're not gonna try to run it back and restart it. Hell no. We're not doing that shit. Number two, we're going to take the businesses that were running amazing. We're doing good. We're doing the role play. We're doing the right things. They're in. They're still going. They're good.
Okay.
And now we're going to take the time to take consideration from people over the next days, from people who want to put role play into these things. People who want to come in and show us
Honestly,
without
Chad, I
a
think it's gonna
doubt
turn
they're
out to
here to
be
create role play for the server,
a
not
good
just
thing.
for themselves, and to run these businesses the right way so that we can fix our mistakes there. So we can get that shit done. I just had a conversation with the admins and I told them we need to fix this shit. This is an opportunity to fix things the right way for the server and put 2 feet on the ground and start running because we started to slow down and there's no point in continuing on like we were doing. We need to use this to fix shit. I've assigned staff to look at the entire rule set and to plug the things that people have told us that they think we're missing. To put in rules that make it clearer for people to understand so that we can make sure that when we go towards this, that everyone is equipped and know what the standard is from day one. To make sure there's doctors in the city, staffing the city, so that we can make sure that this shit is good. So that we aren't running to catch our own tail. Because that's what it was starting to turn into. Going away, this is okay. It sucks, but it's okay. It's okay because we have an awesome fucking community. You guys are sick. You know, I know we're going to make good stories. We're going to do cool fucking shit. And we're going to keep making
I think PD
Prodigy
stays the
awesome.
same.
And you guys
Mayor,
have always been
council
awesome.
stays the same.
And nothing's ever going to change
the
there
businesses that
because
were
the way I see
functioning
it,
very
the
well will
community
be
isn't a couple lines and a
the
fucking
same.
sequel table. A community is the people that
I
come
think
up and
housing and
show
all
up
that.
and try to make it something special. And while I was sad at first, I came to the fact that you guys, I knew
I think this is
you guys were
W2
going to
Hutch.
understand. We all got fucked here. I'm not going to lie.
You know,
It was
people are gonna
bad.
be
It
upset they
sucked
lost their
this
cars and their
sucks.
houses, but
You know, in the way that, like, yeah, okay, we all got fucked over.
I feel like
Not
the start
everyone.
is the funnest.
You know, like it wasn't just one person; it was everyone.
Because everything you're doing
With
has
this.
more
And-
purpose.
And when I
too.
started to come to terms with that, I
But now
realized
it's good
that
because we have the
you guys were
restart,
gonna
and
be
it'll
okay
be a
with it. I see by the fact
refresher
that you
to
guys
the
are.
beginning start, the
And honest to
storyline
God,
of the
guys,
heists, and then we get the
I'm
new one.
very thankful.
I think a lot of people even forgot what that
because, you know,
storyline was.
It's worrying. I'm not gonna lie. It's worrying to come out and have to tell a bunch of people that you let them down. And while it wasn't just me, you know, that it's not like I did something, but I still feel like we let you down. So,
What I fuck with about Ravage, though, he's always just straight up about it.
but let's get this shit right.
Well, also, I guess you kind of have to
Let's
be
get
in
this
this
shit right.
situation if the whole server's wiped, right? But you know what I'm saying.
Bite, do you have anything?
Yeah, the only thing I wanted to add was this is a massive hit to the gaming community at large. There's some pretty big games outside of GTA even that are
Probably
affected
Rust
by
is
this.
screwed, right? A lot of Rust
So
servers.
we're not the only ones. I mean, AAA titles are being taken down because
Really?
the service went down. So just keep that in mind too.
Like what?
Yeah, I mean, you guys can just search the internet right now, Path and Tempest,
Really?
and servers going down, and you can see every rumor that I've even hinted at. You know, like it's all over the place. Someone made like a legitimate comment of like what happened to backups. Well, when when you're buying from subsidiaries, which the people who know the way 5M works in the simplest terms, and the way sophisticated attacks happen on a server are very few, right? And Path was like, they were like the one of the most common places. And you'll see a lot of other 5M servers are going through the same thing we're going through right now. Like it's not just us. Like this, something I want to highlight is this affects a large portion of the 5M community, and a lot of other communities are going to need a lot of grace right now because they also are in the same situation we are. And that sucks.
Also, like in terms of backups, this isn't like one data center shut down. This is the entire network. So multiple data centers in multiple countries are all shut down at this point, as far as we can
So is
tell.
the company done? Sounds like they're
obviously
just fucking...
we've received very limited communication from them, and we don't want to sit here and
If
speculate
every data center's
on
down, are
why
they
they
shutting
are
down?
or aren't, because obviously it's not our place.
Listen, I've talked to huge real estate developers. I've talked to people who run game servers in the AAA game companies. I've talked to people who run enterprise level solutions that are at a heavy scale, that are in the exact same situation we are right now. So that's just the reality. The other thing you have to understand is like Path had resellers that were subsidiaries that, you know, a lot of people don't even know that were owned by Path also. So they're also affected. It's not just Tempest that's owned by Path, but there's many others as well. So you'll hear it and people won't understand it, but yeah.
So I saw a question in chat that I just want to address. It was about RedM and whether or not RedM is affected. In terms of RedM's data and general stability, is we actually branched out for RedM, and it was not.
This is good too, though, because they're going to start with the variety of real estate. Where before it was set areas and everyone was grouped up.
We still use some of the protections from it, but the data and actual server itself is on a completely different provider. And this was kind of our redundancy, right? Is we didn't want to put all our eggs in one basket, which is why RedM was separated from the 5M stuff. Obviously, we're grateful for that.
Yeah, I'd feel pretty bad for RedM if they got caught up in this, like, because they just wiped, honestly, and we just were having conversation. Some people in RedM maybe are still have expected an update for me, and as you can see, I was very busy, and this is why I haven't been able to give a correct answer over there yet. But yeah, listen, I think this is good overall. Yeah. I think
Prodigy's going to be back up.
I mean, we are energized. Mia Tech will laugh because he's out of Red Bull, or not laugh or yell at me. But like, we're energized to get in and like get things changed up. It won't be the same path to get to PDM. It won't be the same path to get to these things. We'll make them a little bit different. We'll make the crafting path different. We'll do things to make it different. So
there's some questions about prios and general access. Luckily, again, we separate our entire infrastructure out into multiple pieces across different providers. The only thing that was affected by this directly was the actual game servers themselves for 5M. So your actual prio is part of the website, which is separate. So that is all fine, still there. We still have all that. So you don't have to worry about losing your prio or anything like that. In terms of your game data, that is what we have lost access to.
Yeah, we haven't lost access to people's prios. You still have that.
All they lost to was like inventory.
You still have that.
Shit. And
so
you know what I mean?
Good.
Money, inventory. Player data in the game, but not the actual server.
You guys are talking like we're going to be down for a week. We have no intentions of being down a week. We currently have an intention of reopening the server on Monday. That's our current plan.
Perfect, man.
We debated doing a lot of different things, but we decided it's better to actually make changes that are good with the actual gameplay flow instead of just relaunching a Prodigy 2.0 in the same exact skin and just letting people rerun it. So that's our current plan. So
yeah, in terms of like skins, assets, anything that was essentially there that's not like data that is generated by characters playing the game, that's all still exists. We have all of that. That's all gonna go live on Monday. Again, the only thing you've lost in this sense is the actual economy values, your characters. So that's what you'll be recreating, just to clarify.
Yeah. People are asking about prios. I have no ability to pause that, guys, and Tabix gives me no mindful way to do that at all. Like, I don't even know where to begin. I mean, I can look into it, but I literally can't make any promises there, like, at all. I have no tools at my disposal to do anything with that. Like, Tabix is not that intuitive when it comes to things like that, unfortunately. I mean, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's an unfortunate. I am tied to using Tabix, and I have no choice. That's the reality of it, is that we have to use Tabix and we have to work with them and we have to figure out how to fix when things like this happen. So, I mean, I will talk to Tabix and I will try to figure it out to see if there is a solution, but I am at their mercy.
All right, shit, I'm excited for Monday.
Unfortunately.
So they said new heists, new drugs, new
providing us with anything.
There's some other shit.
Non-responsive.
Businesses and all that.
You can't even get to their support portals. Completely unresponsive.
Yeah, the subsidiary that we were renting our machines through, their website's completely offline.
Shit, Peanuts went outside this weekend.
Company that owns that company, their support portals are down. They're not responding to emails. This is, like I said, a massive outage in terms, if you look at it that way. But
Yeah, I have no plans for memory wipe at the moment. I mean, this is all fresh, guys. We tried to get through as many of the topics as we could. But I think that would kind of suck for the majority of people. But there may be we might talk about a time lapse. We might talk about trying to reset conflicts. We might talk about a lot of different things. I don't know yet, to be honest. You have to I'm just asking for a little bit of grace on this because I have not had the time or the ability to think about the majority of these things. It's only been like it's been an hour since we knew that we would probably have to do this, and I tried to get the information to the community as soon as I could because that was important to me. I don't want to lie to the community. That's just the way it is. Like, all of this is me not wanting to lie to you. So just the honesty about Tebex, the honesty about, trying to get you an answer on the fact that we didn't think we were going to be able to. I could have waited till tomorrow and been like, let's wait on the 25%. Maybe we get the data back. But that's such a low percentage that it would be completely unfair to everyone that's waiting to play on the server and to make stories and to make content to hold
Now
you
that they
up in
said
that
it though,
way. It
even
would
if
be
they get the
completely
data
dishonest.
back,
And I'm not about that. So
low
the
key,
most
I
important
would
thing for
still
me
want the
was to make
wipe.
a
I think.
decision and tell you guys as soon as possible. And that's what we've done. I'm not here to lie to you.
as far as the Tebex subscriptions and stuff
Right.
go, again, we can't make any promises. We'll try and see if we can figure out a way to make something work. Again, no promises that we can do anything, but
Hey, Smurf,
obviously
baby,
we have
20,
the
bro.
community's interests at heart, right? So
Yeah, this only runs on a community, so that's just the way it is. Like it is what it is, folks. It is what it is.
Okay.
Is it a guaranteed restart if you get the data back? No, we have to make a commitment. We have to just commit and get ready for it because we start this. We're going to take work off other things. And if there's even like 25% in the type of situation that's happening right now is not good. Like, especially with all the things you read, just search it up. Like, we need to make a calculated decision and just say, like, hey, it is what it is. This has not happened to Prodigy before, no. This is like, guys, this is the equivalent of, like, I said it earlier. It's like Madoff. You find out one day Madoff made out
Yeah.
off with all your,
I prefer wipe
your
with
money, you know?
Yeah, because
Like,
every time new
it's one of
houses
those
drop,
scenarios.
everyone's
Like,
been
there's no
waiting
way
so
to
much that
predict
they
this
sell for
stuff. Like,
millions
there's
and millions that the economy is
one's
just
like,
fucked. But yeah, the white dude,
you know,
wipe.
but
Even if you get the
no
shit
one
back,
could
wipe.
predict that something of this level would happen, and it's not just us. This is
Listen,
like
It'll make
this is
everything
full
more
weird,
exciting too.
you know. Like,
And then we
this is
could.
like
I want the
extreme,
main heist line, dude. The whole Mr. Reeker
just
shit. That's what the
off
PDM
the
was about.
wall, you know,
And I'm ready to rob
a
that
weird
fucking
thing that
bitch.
happened.
this is what happens when Bustin doesn't get his donuts in the morning and he eats the server. Okay,
Yeah, well, you can
Yeah,
blame the
I think
clowns
it's-
for
the
the
reset
fucking
is
wipe because they
honestly-
steal all the donuts.
exactly.
The shit thing that happened, but it happened at the perfect
No,
time.
Zeta,
Because they had,
don't do
if
that
they
stuff.
really have this update ready
But
for
look,
Monday,
I've been very honest here. Stop that stuff. Don't do that, please. Don't go petitioning for like wipe versus no wipe stuff. That shit's, please. We're here being honest with the community, and you can't be petitioning for like, there are realities to the thing. Like there's a break even point where you have to say there is almost no chance. There's almost no chance of getting the data back. We have to act as if we're not going to get that back.
We're also looking at this as an opportunity to course correct some of the things that didn't go great early on in the wipe. So all the rough edges around as features rolled out, etc. We're launching with a much more feature complete framework, right? So we can assess from top to bottom everything we have, and then really hit the ground
some comments are
hard.
funny.
So you guys should really enjoy it this time around.
I think what we
People are
will
like,
lay
"What
out,
about
vote on,
my
though,
money?
is should Ricky Riz
about my money?"
be made a lifer in the wipe? Just gonna pop that in the chat for you guys all. Like, we can force that with code where he's just a lifer for good.
Wow, everyone's saying yes. That's insane.
That is the quickest to 100 votes I've ever seen in my life on a poll. There already is 150 votes for yes and 6 for no. Well, the community spoke, and that's the real community poll I want to care about. Outside of that, I mean, if you guys have questions that are like legitimate and well thought out, I don't mind taking questions on this. You can post them and tag me or Byte in the town hall. Actually, just tag Byte. Tag Byte in the town hall chat with the question, like written out, because like I don't want to answer weird questions that put me. Look, I don't want to answer something about this company because I don't know. You know, like I can only speculate at this point outside of the things we know, which is we got very little communication. So, hi, do you have a question?
Yeah, so I was wondering what this means for not only PD but government workers as a whole. Will those jobs be wiped as well? And if not, will there be an opportunity for us to get hired on before it goes fully live?
He
Yeah,
said
that's the
businesses
plan.
that
Like,
were
our
doing the right
PD and
path or
our
people
EMS
trying to
and
do
everything's
that,
already
they'll still be
established,
able to
yeah,
continue
obviously
that.
we'll look at all that
And
stuff.
create
That's
them
our
and
intent, is
relaunch
to
them.
onboard everyone before the server starts.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for your hard work.
But all the other
Logical
businesses are getting
Solutions
wiped, I
asking
think.
chat, going forward, we plans to split up the backup. Come on, guys. I just explained this like 3 times. We had stuff split up. It's just when a path owns multiple subsidiaries and you don't know, it's kind of hard to, you know, maybe I should have backed it up 7 times instead of 6. Like,
Hello.
Hey, buddy.
Hi, sorry. Um, will we be able to continue with our businesses when we
I already
are
answered
back up
this.
and running?
Yeah, I
Sorry,
already
I
answered
think I
this.
missed it.
It's okay. I already answered this, and basically the businesses that are doing things well, right, and are meeting the RP standard and doing things to what we want to see out of businesses, they'll be coming back. Absolutely. I can only
Okay.
think of like 3 or maybe 3, maybe 4 businesses that meet that criteria.
What did Jordan
Okay.
say?
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Whoever logs on in first on Mondays, the leader is Tango. Where are you pulling this out of your fucking ass?
Anything else?
There was a question. I invited them to speak, but they didn't take it. There's a question about assets like gang, clothing, etc. Will that be around?
I'm not touching anything with that. And my plan stays unchanged with the way we're looking at clothing. That we want all that to be done on on the allows server through in character, and then there will be paid options on the public server, which has been asked for. That's the plan right now, because we're redoing it all.
Hey, I don't mind if motherfuckers aren't walking around with the fucking gang vest.
Anything else?
I'm just going to answer this question. Is there a plan to keep offsite backups? Yes. Obviously, in the perfect world, we would have had, again, 7 instead of 6 backups. Unfortunately, the servers that we were backing up to, while a separate server and a separate data center, it was under this company's umbrella. This time, we're, 1, not going to be under this company, but 2, will back up to a third-party company, as well as just a general cloud provider that's obviously way more reliable long-term. So, yes. PD, that's already been answered.
Yeah, Hutch, the PD was starting to look like fucking Hot Wheels,
There's
man.
a lot of government workers that are concerned about their job.
I think they get rid of the gang vest.
Wow.
They're cool. I know people
That's too
like them. I
close to
understand them.
reality. Okay.
But
Bad joke.
I don't know. Something about it has just always been
kind of funny.
I don't know. I feel like I don't
find humor in
know. Takes away from
situation.
just,
It was a good joke, actually.
It was a great joke. It
know
is
how to
a
put
full
this into
economy
words.
reset. So housing, cars, banks, everything down to your character. So your character, you'll have to recreate your character. You should look at this as a good opportunity. Housing, when it launches, generally sells for millions of dollars
Not
because
necessarily
people are
cringe.
like, they want the new thing,
I
right?
don't want to wear that, whatever.
But
it just makes them
Ravage, correct me if I'm wrong, the entire
not
catalog of
individuals.
houses
They're all
will be
just like
available.
gang members
Is
with
that
gang
correct?
vests on.
Yeah, it's the
If that
idea.
makes
So
sense.
everything up to what we have, then plus there's more. Smoshny can go into more detail of what we had ready to release for Monday, but it was
Yes, we
almost
had
the entirety of the beach and canal area down there.
Yes, and also a brand new motel in Sandy, which gonna change a little bit Sandy itself. So that was done for the Monday.
Yeah, we also had like houses in Sandy that are like almost done as well, and
This is good
a bunch of other stuff.
because there was no bike.
Any other
They have
questions?
sick biker shit, but there's no biker gangs because they can't live in Sandy. But I mean, the Sandy housing,
There's another question
Vespucci,
about
all the
Red
other
M,
ones, Polito,
remaining online
coming out at the
and
same
whether or not
time. I think it's gonna be
apps for
good.
Red M will be
gonna be
expedited
so much better.
due to 5M being offline.
Yeah, I mean, we could just allow lists to play on Red M. Actually, we could do that. I mean, I'll talk to the Red M team and see if they deal with it. But yeah, like Red M's fun. Could be a good vacation for a lot of you for a couple days, and honestly, could give a lot of exposure to the server, which I'm all about that. So, if the Red M staff want to do that, if you're out there, give me an answer, and if so, I'll make the announcement that we're doing it, so it's definitive and people know. Anything else?
Does the time frame of launching on Monday encompass the public server?
Yeah. Listen, we value the public server. I know a lot of people think that potentially, you know, due to how things are handled most times is like people just put up a public server and look to make money off it. Like, we do care about the public server. It'll be up as well. We're not just going to leave that thing off. Promise.
Red Dead tomorrow? Maybe. I mean, Red Dead or this server
Anything else?
or.
Man, you guys really don't want to talk.
I mean,
David
we can't play
asked,
Marvel
can
Rivals
you
all
still
day.
remember all the info about jobs
We can do
and
some
stuff?
of that.
Yeah, I mean, as it stands right now, like I don't have. I'll have a better update for you guys tomorrow on that stuff. I don't think we'll do a big memory wipe. That doesn't really make sense, and it's just going to
No, I don't think you do
stifle
that.
ongoing storylines. I think we will give you probably a story, and we'll give you some conditions of like maybe we do a little bit of a time skip, maybe we do, you know, like that's going to be the. We need to have some explanation in role play for all this. Just leave it with me. I promise I'll come back to you with an answer.
Just one thing, Ravage. I will
Is
send
Mochi
the
still
message
in
over
chat?
to the Red
By the way, I
Dead
feel like
team,
I've
and we
been
should be
fighting
able
off
to,
this sickness for the
get
past
the
few
stuff
days.
for
I haven't felt like
letting all this
sick,
over
but
to
it's
Red
just
Dead for a
like
little bit.
tickly
Okay,
nose,
so you
little
guys want to
scratchy
do
throat.
that? You've talked about it.
I'm gonna fucking kill Mochi
I
when I
haven't
see
talked
her in
about it
game.
yet, but I will get you the answer here shortly.
Well, you just basically just promised everyone they could, so now they have to.
Tomorrow is day
Oh.
7.
Nice job.
Nice job, B-Man. Nice job. Woo!
No, we should be good.
Yeah,
We should
man.
be good.
Both appearances BMN has ever had on a community meeting was one time I yelled at him, and now this time he just
True.
promised
Server wipe means the
something for the
text
entire
message is
rhythm.
gone, which means the curse has been lifted.
I don't got work tomorrow. I got this.
Okay, that's funny. I'm not gonna lie, that is funny that it's you that did that.
So there's a question about MDT data, which I'll just answer. The MDT is a separate platform. Again, we try and spread things out. So we do have the MDT data. However, it's pretty useless without the characters.
reset it.
So that
Reset it
will
all.
also be wiped. Because that's just a bunch of reports to characters that no longer exist.
Oh, Louis with the 1,000 bits. Sorry, I'm late on that. This is all Hutch's fault. Yep.
Yeah, all the MDT data
Level
is
100
there, though,
Bulbasaur
to be
during the
honest.
27 months.
We didn't lose
Kazi
that.
Lab during the 15 months. Dot Bandit during the 8.
I don't think we should repopulate that in the MDT though.
No.
Anything else?
Will the new host allow for higher server capacity, which leads to more RP experience?
Well, we have a much better server than we did, and what I want to do is I'll give a shout out to the people that helped us. A lot of people reached out. We eventually got in contact with a company called One of One Servers. They do server providing for a lot of other really big 5M servers as well, and they have been born, I think, out of the 5M space, if I recall correctly from what they told me. And I mean, they have some pretty crazy specs if you go to their website on the server we have compared to what we have now. I mean, what was it, like 10 to 20 gigabytes of push through or something? Right? That's something crazy.
Yeah, so if you guys have noticed on the public server prior to this all happening, we would run more slots on the public server than the private server. And that's because we experimented with a new CPU on the public server. We had plans to upgrade the private servers or the whitelist server as well. We just hadn't gotten around to it. This is a great opportunity to do that, and we've done it. So I won't promise any numbers, but you should see at least some level of increase in the server slots.
Yep. Someone asked about bans being. We didn't lose any of the website data or anything. We only lost what was on the server.
Yeah.
That's
so
why
again, the only thing that was lost is your character data. So your cars, your houses, and your actual character.
Ricky.
Bans
Wait, I
are
can come clean.
separate,
I didn't kill Tina
cryo's
Donovan.
separate, tickets are separate. That's all like housed within the website.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's spread across many servers.
Yeah, and just to clarify, there is a data contingency. Like we do have a backup.
Yeah,
but
all
it's
I
like
lost was
from,
player data.
You know,
player-
there is one in the cycle.
player
but
data
it's
in the
like from
server.
what? How long ago is it? I think
It's
from
pretty old.
Christmas. Just after Christmas. So there is a contingency.
Talking like Vinny, man.
There
Vinny
was
and
one
Zolo.
contingency. It's
Data.
just that one was a little further behind.
Yeah, that's a good call out. Everyone, make sure you get eyebrows this time around. Okay, too many people without eyebrows.
Yeah.
That was a
weird.
big problem. All right. Any other questions that I can answer?
People can re-upload their Wu Chang songs.
I'm not seeing.
We'll continue the
just a
Wu
lot
Chang
of
stuff.
Repeats. Sorry, I'm scrolling
Yeah.
through this.
Okay. Roz Sam Scotch said, "You mean a month ago? I'd rather have a month rolled back than a wipe." No, because what about all the people that joined in the last month? What about
what?
the changes in the economy?
wipe.
Or the things that
Some people are
happened,
so
you know, like,
attached to their RP items.
no.
It's crazy.
a month wipe is just a little. I'm sorry. I just don't agree with you. Emma, I think I might have some time this weekend to make that song. Just kidding. I think I'm actually gonna be too busy doing this changes. If there's nothing else, then I guess we end this. I'll get things set up for the Red M server. I can drop the link to the Red M server, or BMN can in that chat if he wants to. But yeah, listen, guys, this is overall a good thing. Like, as a fresh start, we're gonna be able to push more roleplay. Overall, it's good. Okay, Roz, I don't care. Like, come on, dude. Everyone else is here being positive, and you're just being weird. Don't do that. Like, you can say you disagree with something and be more respectful. Just being honest.
What's this guy saying?
This is a good thing overall because we can actually hit the reset button on the roleplay that we wanted to do and to continue. I mean, the RP quality on the server was night and day between just before Christmas and now. And listen, that's what we got to focus on is like building that because it's better. So, listen, we were making a lot of great improvements and we can only make them better from here. And we can fix the gameplay flow and the numbers and the ballooning economy and all that. Like a lot of these things that were starting to become a problem can be fixed. And I think
yeah,
that's
he
a good
definitely
thing.
sold a lot of meth.
I'm excited to do something new and to make a cool story and to push something cool because I finally feel like I'm very motivated, if you guys haven't told, to be able to tell a great story because we've had a lot of people fucking stepping up. Whether that's the some gang that's in the south side that I have just met for the first time, or if it's CG, or it's the people in the PD, or if it's I met like there's random story gangs that started popping up in Vespucci. Like there was a lot of great roleplay starting to happen, and I only foresee these people continuing to sprout up and spread good roleplay, and that's what matters. At the end of the day, it's a roleplay server, and I'm excited to see that. And I think with a fresh start, it's going to encourage even more good role players to see the fact that good roleplay was starting to come out of Prodigy in a really good way, just like it did in 1.0, and they'll be encouraged to come in and play, and that is what matters.
Yeah, honestly, a good time to get
That's
back
where
into
I'm at
it.
with it, and that's the stance I have. And I think overall, wipes are fun. So when you start looking at it that way, wipes are fun. It's a fun time to do a wipe. Let's just do it.
Yeah, I suggest everyone take the chance to, stretch your legs a little bit, try a different character. Maybe don't go straight back to your normal. It's a really good opportunity to meet new people and find a new group to click with and try a different story.
I think there's a lot of good opportunities that are unexplored, and especially with Sandy opening up and all the Suchi areas. I think it's going to be really cool. And the fact that we're going to allow a lot of the RP enabling jobs out the gate, I think it's going to be sick. I think that's going to alleviate a lot of the kind of the growing pains we had this wipe that we did, with the changes we made to the framework.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's
But
gonna be better.
I'm excited. I
It'll
know it
be
might
fresh
sound
for everyone to go
like
down the new RP avenues.
I'm tired, and that's because I am. Because I've been dealing with this. Me and Tech's tired. Smashy's tired. I think everyone's tired. I just got off a 36-hour plane ride and then came to deal with this with us. So, yeah.
Yep, new CG wipe.
I'm
Everyone's out
actually
of the
excited.
gang.
So, let's see what happens. And I can't wait to see all the great ideas you guys come up with, because that's the most fun part of running a server. So, that's all I got. And thank you for being supportive. There's a couple people that weren't, but for the most part, you guys were super supportive, and you're an awesome community, and I really appreciate you. And while I sound tired as hell, please realize I respect the fuck out of you guys. You guys are awesome, and I really appreciate it. Okay? I'm excited. I want to see some cool RP ideas. I want to see cool RP groups. Do that for me. I'll talk to you guys later.
Okay. I'm excited for Monday.